Today I'm going to talk about structured databases. Who has ever used one before? Have you ever looked at this type of database and thought there is something better? I know I have. Now, a structured database will contain a set of data tables. Now, these data tables will be mapped to specific data types or objects. And each object is specified through a list of fields. So every object stored in a table contains their own values for these fields. Now, these fields can also be mapped through keys to other data tables, in particular through the use of a primary key. Now, can you look at this concept and think, yes, this is a relational concept. That's great and all, but the problem with a relational concept is it is very strict and there are a lot of rules. So let's break down the problems. So what if we want to store dynamic data which changes often, or modify table fields when data already exists in a data table? That's when it can get a little messy. So what if we can take these problems away and not worry about what type of data type it is, and we can take different data types or different objects and store them into one data table? Now, we can do this through the use of a container, but this concept is done through unstructured databases. Now, I like the sound of that. So let's talk about blob storage. Now, blob storage is a concept used today, which is an unstructured database. So you're probably thinking, what is blob storage? Questions. Okay, what is it? How? Where? Why don't you ask questions and let me know? But blob storage is a service which is hosted inside the cloud. Microsoft Azure is the hoster who will offer this service too. So you will have an Azure account, and what you will do with this Azure account is you'll set up what's called a storage account. Now, inside this storage account, this is the account which is responsible for setting up the database repository. And inside your storage account, you'll have a set of containers. And what a container is a container groups a set of objects or data types. So we also have blobs. And blobs are the objects stored inside a container. But blobs can be multiple different types or different data objects. And that's where the dynamic data and unstructured database works really well. So we can break blobs down into three different types. We have block blobs, we also have append blobs, and we also have page blobs. So let's break it down even further. Now, a block blob, these are used for text or binary files, documents, media files, images, just one single file. We also have append blobs. Now, append blobs are like block blobs, although they are optimized for append operations. So in this case, they are very useful for logging scenarios because we're going to be reading the data often. Then we have page blobs. They can be stored up to 1 terabyte, more efficient for frequent read and write operations. So they're used for very large files such as operating systems and data disks. Now, this is a lot to get your head around, and I'm sure it's going to get a little frustrating understanding it for the first time. But take it from me, if you work at it and you ask a lot of questions, even leave some comments on this YouTube video, and I can assure you that you will be as happy as me when you find out the power of blob storage. Thanks for watching.